Are you frustrated that you're not getting job interviews, even though you've put a lot of time and effort into getting your resume out there? Are you worried that your resume looks just like everybody else's and is getting lost in the shuffle? Are you concerned that you're using an out-of-date resume style that shows just how out of touch you really are? Let's face it, unless you're a recruiter or a hiring manager yourself, you probably haven't seen the new and improved resumes that get results today. You might still be using a style that your dad used in days of yore when he had to walk uphill in the cold, wet snow to hand deliver his old school resume that was actually created on a typewriter. Times and technology have changed and continue to change by the minute. You're no longer expected to provide a simple employment history. The powers that be expect your resume to be a marketing document that conveys your brand in 6 seconds or even less. And if they can't, well, to paraphrase Seinfeld's Soup Nazi, no interview for you. Wouldn't it be great if you could pick the brain of a professional resume writer? Hi, I'm Michelle Braun, superstar career coach, professional resume writer, and career management trainer. I recently had a BFO, a blinding flash of the obvious. When I graduated from college and needed to create my first resume, I went to my go-to person for help, my mom. I used her resume as the basis for creating my own. It wasn't until I became a hiring manager myself that I saw hundreds of resumes and saw the variety of styles that came through. I quickly learned to suss out which resumes came with great workers and which ones came from slackers. I discovered that bad resumes generally came from bad employees. If you were a good employee with a bad resume, you didn't really make it too far through the hiring process. It wasn't until I started redesigning career websites and implementing ATS systems that I learned the preferences of recruiters. That is, what they like to see in resumes and what they absolutely detest. By the way, an ATS is an applicant tracking system, that behind-the-scenes software that companies use to weed out job seekers. It's when I became a career coach that I realized most people haven't been lucky enough to review and study thousands of resumes to know what works and what doesn't work. Most job seekers come to me with really outdated ideas of what a resume could and should be. They've only seen a few types of resumes, and most of them are old-fashioned and not getting the job done. Each day that you spend using your ineffective resume that doesn't get you interviews translates into yet another tedious, frustrating day stuck in a job with a manager that you can't stand to be around, let alone respect. Each day that you spend using your obsolete resume equals another day of work misery where you're not getting paid what you deserve. Wouldn't it be amazingly helpful if you could see the marketing materials of superstar professionals who've successfully used their resumes to get job interviews and land new positions? Well, now you can. Introducing Real-World Resume Transformations, how to write a resume that gets you results. My brand new guide shows you the before and after resumes from superstar professionals in retail sales, human resources, training, business operations, and marketing. Real-World Resume Transformations analyzes how we transform the bloated, stuffy before resumes into sleek, eye-catching, interview-getting after resumes. In other words, my e-guide helps you identify new ways to get the attention of recruiters and hiring managers. Motivational speaker Tony Robbins says, "Success leaves clues." Life's so much easier when you have honest-to-goodness, real-world examples to follow. Don't you agree? Here's what some of my superstar clients have to say about working with me. Valerie says, "Michelle is an excellent career coach. Since I began working with her in an effort to advance my career, I've seen an increase in my professional network and career opportunity callbacks. Michelle provides invaluable resources, tips, and recommendations in the area of resume writing, network building, and interviewing. Shay Williams said, "Words cannot express the gratitude that I have for Michelle Braun. After attending her workshop on Resumes for a Richer Life, Stand Out from the Crowd, I began immediately using the techniques to revise my resume. Within 2 months, I not only got the opportunity to interview, but received a job offer too." I can attest to how great this Resumes for a Richer Life Stand Out from the Crowd workshop is. Michelle has a strong background in HR and she knows the inside scoop. I've hired resume writers before, but learning to do a great job yourself is a much better deal. That's from Forrest. Miranda says, "It's been a pleasure working with Michelle Braun. Michelle is insightful and strategic. She constantly provides invaluable information on making SMART goals. Michelle uncovers and addresses the challenges that can prevent anyone from presenting their best self. I encourage you to attend a Superstar Careers workshop to get the tools to position yourself for your next level." So, you're probably asking yourself, how much is this real-world resume transformations? Well, what's it worth to you to score your next interview faster? My Superstar career coaching rate is $200 an hour. The investment in a professionally formatted resume revamp is $397. My real-world resume transformation guide contains 4 resume revamps, so the value of that part alone is $1,588. You also receive an additional type of resume transformation. You'll see exactly how one classic Word-based resume was turned into 2 different visual resumes. 2 visual resumes times $200 equals $400. Of course, I wouldn't really feel right about a $1,888 price tag. In my first job out of college, I only made $14,000 a year. And even though I left corporate America earning $125,000, I've never forgotten the distress of not having the financial means to afford what I needed, let alone wanted. So I'm offering you my real-world resume transformations e-guide for the bargain basement price of just $19.99. To get your copy now, click the orange button below. This is my humble way of saying thank you for your support with Superstar Careers, and thank you for investing your time in my webinars and courses. And I'll be honest, I'm also offering this deeply discounted pricing as a way to separate the window shoppers from the people who are serious about elevating their careers. My hope is once you see how fantastic this e-guide is, you'll want to invest in my other Superstar offerings too. According to the Electronic Recruiting Exchange, approximately 250 resumes are received for each and every corporate job opening. Only 4 to 6 of those applicants will be called in for a job interview, and only 1 lucky person will be offered a position. If you knew that you could increase your chances of success by using proven resume strategies that have already worked for other superstars, wouldn't you want that extra edge? So, what are you waiting for? Get your copy of Real-World Resume Transformations by clicking the orange button below. There's no better time to turn around your career than right now.